Hey guys, and welcome to Let's Talk Yu-Gi-Oh! And in today's episode, I will be sharing my thoughts about the card Artifact Scythe. And, one more thing before we get in depth. I will no longer be sharing my thoughts about cards from Primal Origins from the OCG set because we're getting cards that they didn't get, and, their list has already been spoiled, and that's a lot of cards. I think 99 cards. And I'm not really in the mood to keep reviewing every single card that they got. So I'm just going to focus on the TCG version of Primal Origins. And that's about it. So with that said, let's get started. So Artifact Scythe is a light fairy effect type monster. Level 5, 2200 attack, 900 defense. Its effect reads, you can set this card from your hand to your spell and trap card zone as a spell card. When this set card in your spell and trap card zone is destroyed and sent to the graveyard during your opponent's turn, special summon this card. If this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from their extra deck for the rest of this turn. So here's what I like about this card. I like its 2200 stats. That's pretty good for a card that stops you from special summon from the extra deck, because there's not a lot of main deck monsters that can just get over this that was in the process of XYZ, like Madolches. I mean, the highest they go up to is 21, and that's only if they have the field spell. So if you're about to go for Queen and they bring this out, you can't run this over with anything from the deck except Pudding Cess. But then, you'd have to have the Pudding Cess at the same time. But then, they wouldn't have brought this out because you were supposed to go for Queen. So you see how that works. But the other thing I really like about this card is that it shuts the opponent off from making key synchros and key XYZs. That is in itself, it's so good, but it sucks for your opponent because Ophion is basically Artifacts' rival. Artifacts can't special summon themselves because they're level 5 and they special summon. Ophion says, if I have a material, nobody can special summon level 5 or higher monsters. So this stops that Ophion play. This stops the Pleiades play. This stops the Queen Tiramisu play. Hell, this stops the play that stops them. And what is that? The Abyss Dweller play. This stops all key XYZ and synchro plays. The only thing this doesn't stop is main deck big monster summoner plays like Hyperion, Garunix, Grapha. This does not stop that, so those decks are okay, because it's like, well, I got Hyperion, I could just pop the motherfucker. I got Grapha, I could just pop the motherfucker. I got Grunix, I'll just run this nigga, I'll eat this nigga. So that's what I like about this card. The only thing I dislike about this card is that the artwork of it suggests that you think it's a dark monster, but it's a light monster. And it's like, why are you light? I know the archetype is light and stuff like that, but you look like a dark monster, but you're not a dark monster. But this card is pretty damn good. One side, extra deck, Vanity Emptiness. Fuck yeah, that shit is good. So in conclusion, if I was playing an artifact deck, I think I would side this card only because even though there's like a good number of decks that have their key XYZ, key synchro plays, if you're going up against a deck, let's say Boojins, for example, they don't necessarily have the XYZ. They can just keep your model on board and just do search, dump, search, dump, search, dump, and go from there. Even though it's more productive when you go into Susanoo and pretty much do the same thing. But siding this is pretty good, because then it's like if you're going against a synchro-centric XYZ spam-centric deck, this card is amazing because it stops your opponent from doing stuff. So in conclusion, I think, as I said, I would side 2 of this and then side it in when I'm against a synchro-centric XYZ-centric deck. So here's my final thoughts about the card. I hate this card. And the reason why I hate this card is because it stops me from making the one monster that I planned on using to stop them. And that is Abyss Dweller. If I'm about to go for Abyss Dweller play, all they gotta do is, they can make Abyss Dweller. Let me go with Movement or Theo. Bring this out. You thought you were going to make Abyss Dweller, huh? Now you can't make Abyss Dweller. What are you gonna do now, little Madolches? You little weak motherfuckers. That's what this card does to my deck. It makes me salty. Because I can't go into Queen, or Abyss Dweller, or Black Ship, or Arc, or Exciton. I can't go into none of that shit. I actually have to just... just sit there like a little bitch. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about this. If you like this video, give me some feedback. If you did not like this video, still give me some feedback. And with that said, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace out.